Tomorrow I am drafting into the IDF. Sahel. Very excited. I've been living in Israel for 2 years approximately. It'll be my anniversary in about a month and a half, 2 months. That'll be 2 years. And it's been a very, very long 2 years. My family lives in Memphis, Tennessee, and other assorted places in America. Well, especially people that come here to the Lone Soldier Center that have no family, very little friends, so they're really, really alone. And it affects you. And when you have some place to go and you don't feel alone, it's a very big deal. And it's hard for most people to understand that, but it is. Most people aren't actually truly alone in their lives, whether they have their friends or their family. Paying for things, buying food, paying for your bills, making sure your rent's due, sorting things out with the army and things that most people just wouldn't deal with. Obviously grown-ups do, but most people my age, 18, 19, 20, even 21-year-olds in college, you don't deal with that so much. Your biggest issue in life is when's the next time you're going to see your friends and go out to a club or that kind of stuff. And so it's a very different world here as a lone soldier when you have things to worry about, which most people don't worry about until they're 25 or older. I'm going to the army for a few reasons, one of which to guard Israel against all the people that want to invade and do bad things, to help the Jews, because I am one, and I think it's an honor and a privilege to join the army and defend Judaism, and because I think I'll be good at it, and I want to do something that I'm good at. Ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to go to the army. You even have a sitter? Very concrete in my decision that the IDF is the way to go. It's the only way to go because it's something worth defending and fighting for. Before I met him, so I was living in the same place. I was living around the corner over here on Elazar Modai, and we were living more or less the same. I think the thing that Rabbi Myers brought into my life and my other roommates' lives was a little more Judaism, because when you're living on your own as a Chayei Boded, you kind of lose it because you're worrying about other things like bills or the army, or going to the army is probably the biggest one, and you're worried about things. And so when you come here, it gives you a break with Rabbi Myers, and you get to be Jewish again and be religious again and have fun and sing songs and hear things about Judaism you haven't heard about in a while, like Torah and just good things, lots of good things. And he changed my life that way. Something like that. See, I know my Jewish stuff. I used to do this stuff. Try starting that shit. And so it's a benefit having pre, during, and after soldiers, because you get lots of experience put together. Because let's say, for instance, a guy who's in the army might not have experienced what I've experienced before the army, so I can give him my advice, or a guy that's during the army can give me his advice, or the guy that's after the army can give everybody his advice because he's done everything. So it's good because you have all sides of the spectrum here. One day, out of nowhere, I was approached, and he told me, we just opened up this Lone Soldier Center on Emek, and you should come by. And I said, well, why not? I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what was going on, and I got here and I was wonderfully surprised. Oh. What the? My name is Zev Friedman from Memphis, Tennessee. I made Aliyah 2 years ago. I was around the country. I lived on a kibbutz. I went to Mechina. I'm 19 years old.
You never stealing soda, huh?
From a young age, I always had a love for Israel. I've had a love for Jews. Hearing Holocaust stories growing up as a child definitely helped me to come to this decision to come join the military here. But I wouldn't say that I always wanted to, no. This is something that came later after I finished yeshiva already. I was already a little bit older, I was 21. And I came to Israel and I saw my brother and I saw how successful he was in the military and how much of a difference he was making. Whereupon I decided that I think this would be something that I would be able to really contribute to my country, contribute to Israel by joining this program. The Army provides a lot of structure. Sometimes there are times that you don't get to daven the way you would want to. But it's because we're doing pilot, we're doing operations. You can't just stop and do whatever you want. On Tisha B'Av, it was very hard. It wasn't like a real yontif for me. It wasn't like a yontif. It wasn't like a real. I didn't feel the day. It was just like a regular day for us. Rosh Hashanah, I remember, was very hard in the Army. We got hakbatzah. It got like red alerted in the middle a few times. But we had minyanim then. It was difficult, but we made it. We made it through. Being a lone soldier in the IDF is not simple. It's definitely a lot easier than it was 50 years ago. I mean, I've heard stories of people, they used to put them up in like hospitals when they were off. I mean, old lone soldiers from like way back when told us these stories. I mean, now they're a lot more understanding. There's a lot more programs. Even from when I first started my service till today, there are more programs that help us. This is a program that really cares for the soldiers' spiritual well-being, not just physical well-being. Besides for Shabbat dinner, and besides for all these other different things that they do, the tefillin bags and the pillows for the shetach, for when you're out in the field. Besides for all that, Rabbi Myers is someone that the soldiers are able to come talk to for a spiritual issue. My friends ask him halacha shaylas when they are cooking in the kitchen. I myself don't really know how to cook, so that's not really my department. But the chayalim are able to come to talk to Rabbi Myers because Rabbi Myers is approachable and he's non-judgmental. And the chayalim sense and we feel the love that he has for us lone soldiers, and that's why we come to talk to him, and that's why we come to participate in the programs at Emek Lone Soldiers. I come from a religious background. I come from a Haredi background. I would say myself that even today I'm Haredi myself. Maybe not as extreme as the kind of background where I come from, but I would say I'm 100% Haredi. Haredi in the military is not necessarily considered to be as difficult, I think, as people would imagine it. Where I am, I have all glad kosher food. There's no girls where we are. Here with a lot of other religious people. We have minyanim and everything. They really take care of us there. What we do is it's a program of soldiers that come from all over the world, anywhere. I mean, they be from France, Holland, America, the UK. People come from everywhere, really. I came to Emek Lone Soldiers. I was walking on Emek Rafaim, the street that the program is on, and I saw the rabbi, or one of the rabbi's students outside, and I asked him. I saw a sign for a Marav Minyan. I asked him what time there was Marav, and they saw me. I was in the uniform. And they said, "Oh, you're a soldier? Are you a lone soldier?" I said, "Yes." They introduced me to the rabbi. The rabbi was very, very warm, as he is to his soldiers. Very friendly, made me feel very, very welcomed. And he told me about his program, different things that they do for chayalim throughout the army. And next thing you know, I started coming to daven there when I was off. It's right near my house. And now I feel like I can say that I'm a part of the program, and I have tremendous hakaras hatov for what the program has done for me and for my other army buddies. Our job is, in turn of the rabbi taking care of us, both physically and on a spiritual level.
Good? Yeah. Rabbi comes and he creates a center and it helps him.
We get that Friday night dinner from the rabbi's wife.
Oh, come on!
We go back and we're able to protect the Jewish people, and Israel. Feeling much better after a wonderful Shabbat. My name is Nachi Ward. I'm 23 years old, and I'm a corporal in the IDF.
We came to celebrate your wedding. We came to be with you. It was a glorious occasion, more special than we knew.
I'm humming.
As you go forth to build your life in love and harmony, man and wife, may this land grant you all you wish for, no struggles, pain or strife. May this land grant you all you wish for, no struggles, pain or strife.
Just wishing her mazal tov. She's getting married.
שנייה. שלום.
ברכה, נעים מאוד.
נעים מאוד, מזל טוב.
תודה רבה. נעשה היכרות.
Great, because she's marrying me. Luckiest man in the world.
Come, show you our garden.
Like tomorrow, wake up with 9 days.
Yes, exactly. We're in the single numbers. Jinx.
How jinx again? So we didn't go into Gaza, but we were waiting on the border for a week, and we were prepared, and so I knew the feeling of waiting and preparing for war. And then in this last war, they actually went in. So I tried to volunteer in other ways that I could. We were able to give gear to soldiers, G-Shock combat watches. We were able to. I did some volunteering with my fiance. We went down to the south, and we were able to volunteer with an organization to give out supplies to local people of Ashkelon and Ashdod. And my parents were actually in Israel as well during the war, and it was tough to not be able to do as much as I would have liked, but it was an amazing time for my family to be here and see the country really unify and be together and join together against our common enemy.
I don't know if you're trying to drink, but we don't have much right now.
And sometimes we need that unity is so important here. Even it shouldn't just take a wartime to have this kind of unity. And really, in this neighborhood, we're trying to create a type of unity that allows people to really help each other out on a daily basis. Have more friends in the community here. Throughout the process of my engagement party, and Rabbi Myers has been a very big counselor for me and mentor for me, helping me and my fiance coordinate our wedding now that's coming up in 2 weeks, and just giving me the Learning Center has been a place for me to learn, but in a way that I can learn around my schedule of other things that I'm doing. So I'm a big fan of the Emek Learning Center. I think this is a great neighborhood for helping soldiers, and we're trying to help more soldiers be able to move to this area too. I couldn't feel better. I've got an amazing wife and great friends, and my family in from America, my grandparents here. It's a very happy moment. I'm very thankful. Rabbi Myers is the founder and director. I've just been on board as I was one of the first coordinators, and I've stayed with Rabbi Myers. I came to the Emek Learning Center for the first time for a Sukkot meal, and there were other lone soldiers here for the meal as well. And I started to connect with the rabbi because I ran into him a few times around Yerushalayim, and he kind of took me under his wing a bit, and we went out and got some coffee, and then I was interested in, I left yeshiva, was interested in learning part-time while I was working, and I found the Emek Learning Center, And then we started to connect more with the soldiers that were coming by the center, and we started to make a monthly Shabbat meal. Different input that we're getting from people, we can take this in so many different directions, and we're just excited about trying to build something that can help people before they go into the Army, make the Army experience more comfortable for soldiers when they get off of base, and to help soldiers transition to the post-Army life in finding a job, finding a place to learn, finding a community, finding different resources that are available, and really settling and being productive members of this community and Israeli citizens. It's very helpful for soldiers to live around here. And so far we've been getting positive feedback. Love living in Yerushalayim. I think it's a great place to be, especially as an Oleh Hadash. And I think it's very important that the community of new immigrants here unite together to help each other find jobs, find places to learn, find places to eat Shabbos meals, and really put all of our skills together, because it's such an amazing, talented community out here of people that have moved to Israel, and many people on their own, and who are here with many creative ideas and really want to make things happen here to advance the country and really do great things for the Jewish people. My name is Mordechai Sofer. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I came to Israel about 3.5 years ago, and I served in the Army in the Nachal Infantry Brigade. Thankfully, I've continued to live here in Israel, and I'm 26 years old, and I came to Israel right after I finished college.